So I feel like if you're playing the clans, and we're looking at some various mech reviews for the clans, I feel like the light mechs don't really get a lot of love out there. You take your battle value, you put it into heavies, you put it into assaults, maybe you'll play some unique and very specialized medium mechs, but for the battle value in the role, I feel like a lot of clan players, and certainly how I've played, I'd rather spend the battle value on battle armor. You know, just either traditional elementals or kind of now branch off on some of the specialized battle armor, because not only do you get more for the battle value, it opens up a lot more tactics, and it kind of bridges that gap, especially if you're fighting Inner Sphere, where the battle armor can go against and add a little bit of weight against mechs. It can deal with vehicles, it can deal with infantry on there. But then you have a couple of mechs, and this is true in every weight class, but especially with the clans, a couple of mechs that I think are very, very unique with what they can do tactically, to the point where I won't say they're auto-includes, but being so specialized, they open up a lot. And the Fire Moth is one of them, codenamed Dasher. This mech, every time I've encountered it, it's been like, that's really interesting. I need to be playing this mech. The ultimate problem in Battletech, right? Just no matter how big your game is, there is a finite battle value, and you can't get all the toys you want to play, and there's so many mechs that you want to play in general. I have my favorite mechs that I rotate in and out, but I also want to experiment with some other toys that I don't usually play. There's just too much cool stuff to play in Battletech. So here we have a light mech. Traditionally, light mechs are super fast, or for the tonnage, maybe you specialize in something that, I won't say kind of one trick wonder, but okay, an example would be like the Locust is very, very fast on here, Inner Sphere mech. But the trade-off is the armor and the firepower isn't that great. Well, then for the weight class, if we look at something like the Panther, it's a little bit slower, but armor's pretty good. And as a light mech, it has a PPC. And then we have something like the Jenner, which has great firepower, okay armor, great speed, but really high battle value. So it kind of goes in this, you can't have all three at once. You got to kind of pick, you know, unless you want to pay premium battle value. Well, the Fire Moth kind of gets around that. Insane speed. We're talking about easily one of the fastest mechs in the game, and the hovercraft that your opponent brings that they think they're going to zip around, this thing's going to run alongside of it. And then we've got the turbo boost. We've got the Knight Rider turbo boost to hit, and at least, I mean, in Battletech you can always roll awful, right? But if we play the averages, if we crunch the numbers, if we look at it, you're going to be able to pop that off 2 or 3 times, easy, or at least 2 on there. That's going to give you a tremendous boost. But then we look at the weapon systems. You've got 2 ER medium lasers. You've got 2 short-range missile packs on there. You have the equivalent, so you've got the jacked-up speed of a light mech. You've got the firepower above and beyond any other light mech, firepower that's easily pushing into medium mechs. And with your speed, that means realistically, tactically, you can be in a position against other mechs wherever you want. You have the ability to run up, get rear armor, get vulnerable spots, and not only withdraw after that, but really unleash a barrage of lasers and missiles. That's insane for what it brings. On top of that, you've got battle armor. You drop off some battle armor. So at the beginning of the game, it's kind of like a Karnov as a mech. Beginning of the game, the Karnov drops off infantry at key positions. Turn 1, turn 2, you've occupied that. Well, this is the version of the clans in that the mech is so fast, you drop off the battle armor, you're dominating key battlefield positions turn 1, turn 2. Then you're running around, getting rear armor, getting side armor, shooting at range, causing problems. All for like about what, 1,100 battle value for clans. That's like ultra dirt cheap. Where's the trade-off, right? Armor. The armor is such that look, I don't really need the battle sheet because it has so little armor. Wherever I hit, it's just going to blow stuff off and blow me up. And at first glance, that seems like a balancing factor. But this mech is a lot more potent than you think because you are stacking. It is so fast. You are stacking multiple movement, multiple hex modifiers per turn. Plus your opponent's going to try and bring their guns to bear, so they might run on there. You're going to be able to stay out of the arc of a lot of weapons, if you're trying to engage 1-to-1 or 2-to-1. And you're going to get rear armor. You're going to get side armor. So it is a surprisingly survivable mech unless your opponent rolls legendary. And that goes back to, that could happen. You can't really plan for it. You might build in some redundancy, but just crunching the numbers on the average, this is a very, very interesting, a very, very special machine to consider and look at and definitely explore on the table.